We are live.
It worked. Yay.
So are we now live into, oh, it says live into Facebook. So
Here we go.
welcome everyone. We were just discussing that Facebook is having some issues in Instagram. I was trying to look at our Manatech Instagram this morning and couldn't log in from the office. And I thought maybe I've logged into Instagram too many times at the office and they blocked me. But anyhow, I hope you all are having a great Tuesday start to your week. I'm excited to be able to share a few things with you as we, all of us, get more and more acquainted with the NowTech app. I'd like to kick off with just some updates on things that I've learned since our last meeting last Tuesday. Um, First of all, is that I had mentioned that data was being thrown into some customers or some associates' accounts so that some of you were starting to see customers' data. That hasn't yet taken place. So I stand corrected on that. I need to correct myself. I just came from IT. They are doing some little bit of cleanup on the data that with your order details for those customers. So I misspoke. I'm getting a little excited and a little too fast, but it should show up. If I were to guess this week, we will start having your customer data with order history that is showing up. I'm excited to see how that displays inside the app. I would love to give you a preview of it if I knew. So we're going to learn and we'll catch up next week as to what that customer data looks like inside. And so how you can start targeting those customers that have placed orders with you before, and you can reach out to them with specific product promotions or whatever it may be. The next thing is if you've missed anything or any of these recordings, go to manatechtraining.com. There is a category called courses. From courses, we have several different NowTech things that are available. So the prior recordings are there, as well as 5 or 6 tutorials on how to do things inside of the app. The way those tutorials are getting done, if I'm being honest with you, is by your questions. So when a question comes in, I go ahead and I record a tutorial on it and I put it in there so that everyone can take full benefit of that recording. So your questions are welcomed. You can email me direct at bmayo@manatech.com. That's Ben Mayo. So bmayo@manatech.com, MAYO at manatech.com. Also, if you're having technical questions and you're not able to go in and find how to submit a technical question where your app just isn't functioning as you would anticipate, something is happening where you're just like, I can't get it to work. If you'll go to the profile portion of your app, and let me share screen real quick. So I'm on my mobile phone. If I go to the top left, so I'm up here at the little hamburger, and then I go view profile, you'll see that there is a get help. It is here where you can submit while you're on your phone to get technical support. If you don't have, let's say you're doing it on the computer where it may be easier to just send an email. I do now have an email address as well. And Vita, if you don't mind, if you'll put it in the chat, that would be great. It is Manatech support at now hyphen or now dash tech.com. So that's Manatech support at now dash tech.com. So that's a couple of different ways to be able to reach them. If you want to carbon copy me on the email, that's as well. It's just that way you're hitting both of us, the technical side as well as the marketing sales side. That is perfectly fine with me as well. So we'll make sure that we address those concerns as they come up. All right, so I'm going to back up. As I was trying to prepare for this call, I'm going to be quick in what I'm going to introduce, and then we're going to open it up for questions. I don't have technical support on the call, so we'll direct you back to the developers if it's a technical question. But if I have the ability and skill set, I'm definitely going to try and answer anything on functionality that I've experienced as being inside of the app. So the first thing that I wanted to bring up was notifications. And I don't know if you've all have already had a chance to look at that, but if you go back here to the top left, let me go back to my home screen. So this is where you log in. This is the home screen. You go up here to the top left, and then for notifications, view profile. And then notifications, if you want, I would make sure that these are turned on. There may be a chance that some of you, when you got into it, it was clicked off. I believe we opt in with them on. But this way, when somebody reviews your content or watches your video, that you will get a push notification. That means the little alert on your app. And then if you want, you can get an email that's also sent to your email so that you can have your preferred method of receiving a notification when somebody's engaged with content. You also have at the top, I'm going to go back here to the home screen. So I'm going here on the bottom left. You have a little bell that should show up here. Oh, it's on the bottom right. So I've got things in the way with the but some down here on the bottom right, I'm trying to use my mouse to show where I think it is. There's a little bell. That is where the alerts will show up. And you'll be able to know that somebody's engaged with content. Also, that is where, as we get these new customers or your existing customers into the platform, we're going to start being able to push alerts to you based upon activities. So when that customer's order has arrived, or when a customer's auto order or subscription order is pending, you'll start seeing those notifications pop up so that you can engage with them to give the best and highest level of customer care or support to your customers. All right, that was notifications, updates, and alerts. I think that is everything that I wanted to cover on those. I wanted to do a quick demonstration on how I think I would use the app if I were going to give it a very first go of it today. You're brand new to it. I showed how to do this on desktop last week, but I want to show how I would do it if I were in my car waiting on someone at the grocery store, or just have some downtime. If we were to go into media and do see all, so you could go through. I want a quick call out is you do have a search feature on the top. I don't know if you've already given that a try, but this is one of the things that I think is an improvement over going to the library direct, is the search feature. You could find a specific product. Let's do superfoods or super greens. So I've got the different resources that I can pick from here. I'm going to do the super foods. Actually, I'm going to do print. Maybe that'll be easier for me. But I'm going to do the superfoods information sheet. Scroll down. I'm going to send this to an individual. And if you'll watch these steps, just to try and clear up any confusion that there may be, you pick the individual. I'm going to send this to an individual, whether they are in my phone, so they're an existing prospect, or I can add a new person. But I'm going to go ahead, and I've already added myself. I'm going to click on that existing person. Your customers want, hopefully this week will all start showing up in here, so you'll have easy access to your customers. You'll be able to sort and filter by customer or lead. But I'm going to go ahead and send this to me and Mayo. And I could choose in between text or email. And in this case, I'm going to, you have actually all of these, but in this case, I'm going to do email. And you'll then click continue. And I think this may be where some of us are getting caught up, that if you look at the bottom, you think, I'm going to share. It's not going to send this message. You can feel free, feel comfortable that by clicking share, you're not immediately triggering that message to be sent. But when you hit share, it should pull open my email, which in this case, it did. So your email is now open. You have this message available to you to be able to alter, to update. This is where you're supposed to add your message. So what I'm going to do is, and this is where I think, I love how this is all in one spot. I'm going to copy all of the message, because what I want is that code that's in the bottom, that when somebody clicks on it, that it's going to go back to me. I want that notification that they've watched it. And that's all right here in this little code that is put in the message. So I'm going to click copy, which up here on my phone, I'm clicking copy. And now if I pull, and then I'm on an Apple, so this may be different for a or an iPhone for an Android user, but I'm pulling from the bottom up. And by doing that, I now have all of these different tabs that I have open. And so I'm going back to the Nowtech app. And so I did that by pulling up on my screen. It shows me my open apps. And I'm going to click on this page here. So I'm back in the app. I'm going to go up on the top left to the hamburger. And I'm going to click on Meet Our AI. And now I can choose which market I want to use to make this message to this customer even better. So I'm going to go in and click on English in the United States. What I'm sharing is about Super Greens. So I'm going to take and I'm going to put right here down and write message. I'm going to say, can you update this message to introduce a customer to our new product? And then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste that that copy that I pulled from the app. So it has it has the message in there. Or what I guess what I'm trying to say, it has the code that it goes back to me, that it's my app. So I'm going to click this icon here, which is going to then refine this message and going to make it something that's way better that I can then now paste back into my Nowtech app. So this is based, that link right there, they took and they made it from a whole bunch of code into a hyperlink that I can then just paste right back. I can paste all of this right back into my email, and it can then, it's more specific as well as tied back to me. So I probably said that way too many times, but if you read through it and you're like, well, this is great, but you know, you can refine this as many times as you want. So can you update this to be addressed to Ben, and also mention something about how Super Greens is great for cycling. So that is what I love. And so now I'm having this platform take all the information it knows about Mannatech, and it's going to address it in a manner that customizes the message specifically for me using that hyperlink. So let's check this out. And you can keep doing this as many times as you want. It, you know, you can tailor it specific to your associate. And you'll notice in this, it dropped the link. So that's not a good thing, but I can go back and I could give it another alert to, I take that same content and say, can you add this link back in? So I can still do that. Can you go ahead and update with this URL link included? What I guess I'm trying to show you is that you can talk to this exactly like you would a human. It understands what you are saying to it. So, you know, have fun with it. The Mannatech AI is awesome. What I'm trying to do is make sure that you know that you can take the content that it's creating for you, update it to where it's specific, customized for your potential prospects. So it is now updating it, including cycling, and we'll hopefully see here that it adds, there it is, the link right back in there so that I can copy, paste this back into my email. The little icon right here on the bottom left of Mannatech AI is the copy. So content is copied. Same thing where I'm going to pull from the bottom up on my iPhone screen. And now I can go back into my email so that my email's here. And I can paste it over what was there. So this is, I think, how I would go about trying to use the app immediately is that if I know what somebody likes and I know what I want to share with them based upon our prior conversation, use that Manotick AI to tailor in your message and then send it here from the platform so that you have full notification as to when they've received it. That's what I have prepared for today. I think at this point, let's open it up for questions and happy to address those at this time.
Hey Ben.
Yes,
Mark
sir.
here. How you doing, man?
Doing well, thanks. Great to see you.
Just a quick question. It looks like when we open the Now Tech here, it's still defaulting to America, so we have to change.
Okay.
Can we change the information, or can it go automatically to the UK?
So what you're saying is when you go into the app that,
Yep.
let me see if I that
I
on
go to
the top,
media.
on the top right, it is defaulting back to US and English.
Yeah, in media. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In media. So absolutely, I am taking that note down right now. So and I understand you've been awesome. They actually called you out, the technical support said they appreciate the feedback that you've been providing. So I can certainly reach out to them on that as well.
Thank you.
Media default language market.
Ben, before we take some of the other questions, it appears we're having some problem with translation. Carlos, can you please
Okay.
confirm that translation works? I just tried to jump into the Spanish line and I couldn't hear anything as well.
Ahorita sí lo escuchamos, pero no se escuchaba antes.
Carlos, I can hear you now. So for everyone that wants to hear the Spanish translation, please go ahead and click at the bottom of the screen on the little globe and click Spanish. You'll be able to hear Carlos now. I'm gonna go ahead and Deborah has a question. Go ahead, Deborah. Unmute yourself and you can ask a question.
Thank you. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I was trying to get into media and I don't know how to get into it. Excuse me.
Are you in desktop or mobile?
On my phone. I'm on my
your phone. Does your screen look anything like what you're seeing here?
No, I'm on the profile.
Okay, so you're up there on the top left. If you let me go over there and see if
My
I
screen
can
does not look like that. It has my name. That's what it looks like right there.
Okay, sounds good. Maybe go back down here. And I've got these zoom controls that are on top of the image, but right here there is an icon that looks like YouTube. It has the little play button.
Okay.
If you
All
click
right.
here,
Yes, I got it.
that takes you back
That's
over to
perfect.
media. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
You bet. No problem. Hey, and I was looking at chats here. Tanya, I think she replied back at 11:32. I just want to give a quick shout out. She is killing it on using the app. So appreciate and love seeing everyone that's using it actively. And Tanya, you're already a super user. So congrats. And we need everyone to reach out to her and learn how she's using the app here.
Is that Tanya from South Africa?
Yes, correct.
I love this app, I must say. A few glitches still, and I'm trying to work through it. Like I mentioned in my email to you. Yeah, so I would like some feedback, if you have feedback already, because nothing changed yet for me.
Okay.
So I'm still struggling, yeah.
I will. I'll take that email. I know you sent me one last week. I hoped that they
Yeah.
just checked off those boxes, but it sounds like they haven't. So I will. I'll make sure.
Yeah. Yeah, my main thing is when I go into event and I create the event and the time zone
Time zone issues.
yes, my time zone is obviously different than yours, so it's still on your ET time zone if I'm not mistaken.
Makes sense.
Where I wanted SAST, the Standard South African one.
Okay.
And then when I do send it to my clients or my prospects, then I'm 7 hours outdated. And when I try to fix it, it's, yeah, like I said in my mail, it's quite te mekaar in what do you call it? Scrambled.
Yeah, no problem. I actually spoke with the developers probably a full week ago about it. Were making a big overhaul on the events, and they were going to tie this in, but I will bring this up specifically so that that it gets brought back up to the top of the list of things to address.
Yeah, that's awesome. Then otherwise, oh yeah, and then the other question is when I want to share, sorry, somebody's calling me. I just want to reject it.
No problem.
Okay, sorry for that. Yeah, so when we've got preloaded media, will it in the future be available for us to upload our own media, which is still Manatech related, and then share that and track that to the client?
Yes, that is definitely part of future development. I addressed it maybe on an earlier call, so some of you may have heard me say this, but I am there is a level of concern within our legal department about what is uploaded into the app. So there's two things we're working on, is making sure that we have a way to help support good content going into the app, as well as we want to give you that flexibility. So it's a nice challenge, but we know we need to do it. So I know we had that available in Penny, and we had that available in the app before that. That is a future plan for this app as well.
Otherwise, I must say, from South Africa, I love that.
Oh, awesome. Well, I appreciate you engaging with it. Like I mentioned, it's fun to see those stats pull up, and I think even this morning it's something like 11 usage or sends this month. So I think we're on the 5th. So awesome job.
Alison, go ahead. You have your hand raised.
Oh, thank you. I just want Ben, you mentioned customers being added in. Will the associates be added in, or is that something that we would do?
So I'm hesitating because I know I should know this off the top of my head. I believe they're going to show up to like 9 levels deep.
Oh, wow.
So in depth. It can't show everything. Where I'm also hesitating is I don't know if that's part of this first rollout or if it's later on. So the conversation's a little blurred in my head. I know that we've talked about having the associates go in there. I just don't know how soon that those will be flowing through.
Okay, great. And also, I was trying to follow on with what you were doing. So I'm watching you on my laptop. I was trying to follow on. I seem to go around in circles when trying to send something to someone. So I mean, I will watch this again, but I'm just checking because I tried to put in like the superfoods thing that you did, and it just is coming. It's not bringing anything up. It's just saying even though I put in information sheet, it's saying the video is not. I just wondered, just in case.
So it may be, and this is a guess, that it's not pulling up because of the market. So you don't have to surf in the market that you reside in. So if you're looking for resources that you know are in a different market, just go to that little upside down, or I guess it's a funnel. It's a pyramid in one direction, but yeah. So if you go there, that may be what it would take to be able to access different resources that you're not seeing inside of when you do a search.
See, mine just says UK, but it hasn't brought up language. It doesn't say, I mean,
so that would mean that there's no other language being
right. Okay.
Other than English at this point. So
okay, lovely. All right. Okay.
That was a great question.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, certainly. Can we send messages to people by text also and only by email? So you have access to both. What my call out to this is that the app is not doing the sending. So if you let's do a quick demonstration of what I mean. If I click on a media resource here, and I go ahead and I'm going to send it to an individual. If I copy link, it's just putting it into my phone in this case because I'm on the phone, and I can open up any type of platform I want to, any type of social media platform. I can put it anywhere and paste it. But in the case of when I go pursue on with individual and an existing prospect for myself and do text or email, it is opening my personal text. So that's why you're going to get a notification that says, are you comfortable sending through text? You may get an alert when I will probably when I hit continue, because it's actually using your your plan, your cellular plan to be able to send the text. So you will see at times, I guess this morning I got an alert that said, make sure that you know that when you send, that it could cost you if your personal plan charges you for sending a text. So whether you send through email or whether you send through text, it is doing it on your phone. It's not doing it through the Nowtech app. Hopefully that made sense. So you can send it through either method, no problem.
Sabine, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Vida, and thank you very much, Ben, for the clear explanation, but always some questions, of course.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, we are looking right now at our profile, Tini and me, and
Okay.
we want to change something, but we can't change anything in our profile. Is it possible, or where we have to go to?
Yes. So if you want to change in your profile, you would need to do that on Manitech's side. So the Nowtech app is receiving this information. There was concern at one point that if you changed your personal profile, it would push it back into Manitech. So as it relates to your customers, your associates, and your personal information, it is coming straight from Manitech and cannot be altered. If you are in your contacts and want to edit a contact you've personally added, then you have full edit access. But specifically to your question, this information is coming from the Manitech side of the house. So are you familiar with how to update that? Because I can show you how to do that if you'd like.
Well, no, I'm not familiar.
Okay, yeah, no
Sorry.
problem. But it's a good question, and I think it's useful to go through that real quick. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my a user account here.
Thank you.
Oh, certain. So I need to share screen. If you'll bear with me while I bounce around. Okay. So
US heb staan en ik Nederland. Ja.
Can you see a back office? I'm logged in.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect. Right here is where your profile information is. So on the top right, that is where your associate profile is. If you click on my
Yes.
profile, it is here that you can update shipping, mailing, and profile information. So as well as
Okay.
telephone numbers.
Simple. When you know it. Thank you, Ben. Thank you.
Yeah,
Hey,
no
Ben,
problem.
and the other question is, we have two Dutch phones here. One is Android, and the other is an iPhone. And what we see now that the link to our website is in the Android is Netherlands, and in the iPhone is US .Manitech instead of the NL.Manitech. And which
If you can email technical support on that, I thought they had everything resolved with those links over the weekend. European markets might be the exclusion. So there were a couple of markets that I gave permission, I think, to just port back to the US. That may be one, but if you'll send that into technical support, they can look at how that pulls up.
so, but it has to be the Dutch referral link.
So depending upon what market your profile is in is what.
Netherlands, yeah.
So what they need to do is to get the right, it sounds like NL assigned to manitech.com. So I can make note of it, but if you will help me.
Well, it's well, maybe you can see it. It's with a question mark on it.
No,
at the bottom.
I can't.
Okay,
But
Yeah.
yeah,
And mine is US Manatech, but it's longer. So I've seen already that you're shopping with my account number. So mine is complete, and hers account number is not on it. So I think
So,
hers not.
yeah, we absolutely need technical support's help on that for sure.
okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and there's
Sabina,
some letters. It said, for me, it said profile, but they forgot the P in the beginning to put it on.
Okay.
Something like that. That's also technical support. I
Yeah,
think,
correct, correct. They have all the keys to be able to update those tags or what they're called inside of the platform.
Okay, thank you so much.
Oh, certainly,
Thank you.
no problem. No
when you
problem.
guys do for Sabina, if you guys send out emails, Catherine has asked that you please CC her on all those emails. So she can help with that.
Track, yeah, she
Catherine?
in
Okay.
line. Yeah.
Catherine Spence.
Good. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Go ahead, Joellen.
In regard to that profile thing, since we have many different countries that are NFR that are moving through the NL warehouse, I'm having trouble changing the profile for some of my people. And it's not allowing me then to change their billing address in Manatech, and it's causing some delays in charges and stuff. So they have a Netherlands account, but they're really in France. And I can't get the profile in the back office to change from the Netherlands to France. It won't let me change the country.
Can I
So-
step in on this one? Can I step in
Yes,
on this
Oh,
one?
please, because I wouldn't know what to say at all.
Joellen, I'll talk to you about this offline because this is a known issue with the newer NFR market. So I'll talk to you about that one.
Terrific.
Awesome.
Thank you.
No worries.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Catherine. All right, well, we're right at the 30-minute overview part. Once again, I love getting the feedback. If you have questions that can help the rest of the Manatech organization, ask me those questions in email. I'll do a quick training. I'll post it up at manatechtraining.com so that it stays there. You can access it again. It helps your fellow Manatech associates. So your questions are great. Resources that you want added to the app, if you'll send them to me or to marketing@manatech.com, we are kicking those on to the market leaders so that they can make sure that they review and work with the leadership in those different markets to be able to add those resources into the app. So it's wonderful seeing you all. I appreciate you taking 30 minutes out of your day to work your business, to join us to get training on the Manatech NowTech app. And we'll see you this time next week as well. So Tuesdays, we're going to just keep doing this, and we're going to be here to answer your questions. So thanks so much for joining. Thanks, everyone. Bye.